Okay, I'm back. I remember what it was what I wanted to say. And anybody who comes up here, you need to hold the microphone really close to your mouth, or we mostly can't hear you. Sheila had one passion that I know of, and it was ESL students. She was very passionate about her ESL students. And so the teachers, and those of us who work at Wake Tech, have all discussed that she would love that we were having this here for you guys, for the students. So you should know that you are the reason that Sheila worked. Sheila's email, somebody tell me what it said. What was her signature, Emily?
Do you want me to say it?
Yes.
You want me to stand?
Yes. Sheila signed off her emails. Her emails always closed with this quote.
Yeah, for a long time at the bottom of her email it said, "Far and away, the best prize life offers is the chance to work hard at work worth doing." So she was talking about teaching you guys.
Yeah, she really did believe that you were her mission in life, was to help people learn English, and she loved international students. So we think this is a good opportunity for us as Americans to teach you how we go through something like this, which changes from culture to culture. Americans, of course, come from every culture, and so we have many different ways of mourning the loss of a loved one. This isn't the typical way, but Sheila wasn't typical. And I believe that Sheila would appreciate that this is how we are remembering her. At the place where she worked with her students, and by talking. Sheila loved to talk. And she loved to tell stories. And she could tell stories all day long. In fact, Janine asked me what her favorite color is. And I am sure that Sheila told me 100 times what her favorite color is. I'm not always as good at listening as Sheila was at talking. Does anybody know Sheila's favorite color? Purple? I was guessing purple, but I'm not sure that that's correct. So anyway, I would really like to encourage you to speak. Tell funny stories. Sheila, if nothing else, Sheila had a good sense of humor. She cursed like a sailor. Probably shouldn't do that at Church of Christ.
Could you just tell us how she got into ESL? Because
I actually, I know Sheila because Karen Brown introduced me to her at Sanderson High School in 2001. I don't know how she found ESL. Do you, Karen? She actually was a Wake.
Where is it? I saw you in there earlier.
Edith, do you know?
I don't.
Nam, do you know how she found ESL? I don't know where Nam is either.
I don't exactly know, but I know when she first came to Raleigh, she did a lot of different things. She worked with the theater for a while. She did the triangle reading service, which she still did on and off. And so she was always sort of looking for an outlet whereas you talked about her passion, where she could find that outside of her regular work experience. And then I just remember her coming and saying, "Hey, I'm going to teach at Wake Tech and teach English as a second language." And once she did, she was hooked. And it was always the funny of the, "Oh, I have to teach 4 nights this week," but she wouldn't have it any other way. But to be substituting and to do that, and as Dan said, she loved her students. I had lunch with her often, and so she would always be telling me about her day, and then she would say someone's name, and she said, "I just love this student," and then another story, "This student, I love this student." I'm like, "Sheila, you love all the students." But when she got in, she was hooked.
Yes, and so she started before I met her. I met Sheila because I lost my full-time job at Midway when September 11th happened, and I came back to Karen and said, "Is there anything at Wake Tech?" And she had an opening at Sanderson, and I think I was teaching opposite Sheila. But I actually was also working like 4 jobs. And Sheila, from the day I met her, would sub at the drop of a hat. she would, if she didn't have to work, she was gonna sub for you. And Nam, you might be the only one from the rural center here, right? But she also often called in sick at the rural center so that she could sub here. So this was truly her passion, and she did love the students. So I've done enough talking. I would like some other people to share their memories. And this lady actually, Nam, was Sheila's best friend, who she knew from her real job, as we call it in ESL. And she's sort of the representative of that part of Sheila's life today.